think we're about to get a start. I think it's about to get going.
No moving.
Thumbs are going down. Watch for Bill Collins
Close
now being
hands.
closed down the hand.
Go!
They're nearly ready to go.
And now, heading to the table, a man classed as the greatest of all time in the sport, earned through his many major title wins. He last competed at WAL, where he beat Devon, his opponent tonight. All the way from McHenry, Illinois, United States, standing at 6'1", the lightest athlete in the pit tonight, weighing 114 kilograms, 215 pounds. John the Perfect Storm Brzenk! And now, his opponent, well known for his infamous can opener, an ex-Canadian Special Forces soldier, considered to be the best arm wrestler of all time, standing at 6'5", weighing 129 kilograms, 284 pounds, the reigning champ of King of the Table, Devon No Limits Larrat.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time. The perfect storm. John Brzenk of Mesa, Arizona. And he will face the man from Ottawa, Canada. So much intensity, so much torque, Michael. And it's an aggressive, determined-looking John Brzenk who's looking to make a mark. You can feel the intensity coming off the table, monster.
Yeah, this first match is going to tell everything. We're going to find out where John Brzenk is at as soon as they say ready, go.
You can see straight away.
That's even right there. Look, that's even.
Okay, I'm like, bring his elbow back. Keep it there.
Don't lift your elbow.
John Brzenk wasn't happy with the webbing.
It was definitely in Devon's favor. He was way high there. Almost feels like they need to scoot his elbow back a little bit. I don't know if they will do that.
Just the thumbs.
But John is used to giving up a lot in the setup just so that he can get the match started. He doesn't want to get blown up in the setup right now, and that's Devon's forte. He wants to blow up his opponent. He wants to make him fight.
When I set your elbows, don't move them. Okay, Devon, come back a little bit.
I'm not going to put the strap on when it's wherever he is on the pad, I want the same position.
Your arm's longer than I need it.
Level.
I'll
lower it. I'll lower it. I just don't want to be crowded.
I get you. Lower it to the weapon strike. Okay.
Even before the start, Bill Collins just setting the tone there. John Brzenk making his feelings known and
Don't move it from
did
here.
so before the start of the match.
Strap.
Collins, super experienced referee, going to be taking control of it, and a stoic-looking John Brzenk, who set the tone early, Michael. He started to try and bully Devon as they came to the table.
Just hold the strap. Don't grab.
Absolutely. He's using a little bit of Devon's tactics against him. John did not want to go straight to the strap, but those are the rules of King of the Table too, so he's trained specifically for that.
Thumbs down.
Both of the hands look relatively even right there.
I'm
I don't
just trying
know
to get the strap on right now.
Gets completely applied
We're
all the
not
way
even
tight.
getting there yet.
Will Devon rise through the strap, or will John be able to contain him? We're going to find out a lot right here on this first start.
Curl in. I'm just trying to get the strap on,
Pivotal
gentlemen.
moments in
Open
this
your
arm
hands.
wrestling match, ladies and gentlemen.
Elbows down.
Referee Bill Collins trying to take
Don't touch
control.
me. Don't fucking touch my
Bring
hand.
his hand Listen to
No,
this.
no, don't. You
already
can't
on
touch
the
my
way.
hand like that.
Let me take care of this. Don't
Now, was John doing that just to get into Devon's head? What do you think?
It's interesting. John has certainly set the tone on how he's prepared to fight this time. We're going to listen in every chance we get to what the arm wrestlers are saying at the table there. The strap's being applied, and
elbows down.
you can
Elbows
feel
down.
that passion boiling over.
I'm just trying.
You are lifting your elbow all the time.
Okay, look, I'm gonna give both of you guys a foul if you don't listen to me. All right, elbows down and do not move. I understand, John. Let me get the strap on and I'll adjust. Okay?
Well, you can't adjust once the strap is
Yes, I
put
can.
down.
Let me get a
Now,
little
that is
closer
not
so
good
you
for
guys
John.
don't
He's
wiggle
getting the strap applied where he's much lower in the webbing. Bill says he'll fix it once the strap is applied, but that
Elbows
will
down.
already give the
Elbows
advantage. Okay,
down.
that's
Well,
better.
because
They haven't
your
tightened
arm
it.
is-
That's much
arm
better.
is 2 inches taller than mine. Yeah, yeah.
See, look, now, okay,
He's
now
touching
Devon's
my
tightening the strap
hand.
himself.
His elbows up
I
all
don't
the
care what
time.
I do. He will talk to the ref.
Both of you guys,
Tighten
both
up,
you guys want to start with the foul?
readjusting.
Listen, I
He
just
is
want to start the
perfected
match.
that.
I want him to keep his elbow down.
Yeah, let me take care of this. I'm just trying to get the strap on, gentlemen. We ain't even got into the match yet. Elbows down,
Trying
John.
to keep his head and his focus
Elbows down. Elbows
on the
down.
task in hand, and it is in hand. The hand and wrist
Okay, see that
are
top thumb
critical.
knuckle? Do not
Hand and
cover
wrist are
over
the
it.
key to victory for John. He knows that,
Open
and he
your
knows
hands
he
up.
needs to take
Let me
up
get you guys close.
John
Open
in
your
a
elbow.
position early. You can see that massively, powerfully built hand of John Brzenk.
Elbow.
Weapon
With
of
his
choice.
arm that much taller.
Stop
complaining and breaking the rules.
You have to bring his elbow back, Bill.
He's
you
the
have to
one
bring his
lifting
elbow
his
back.
freaking elbow.
I am lifting my elbow because your arm is in the forward of the cup and it's 2 inches taller than mine.
I'll back him up.
Okay, back him up, please.
Okay. Okay.
My webbing is not higher than his.
Bullshit.
Elbow. Get your
It
elbow
is
down.
not higher.
Bullshit.
Get
Why
your
do I have to bring my elbow back when our webbing is
elbow ain't
Because
even.
you're
He's up.
6'6".
Yeah, he's
Elbow
up, so
back.
tell him to bring his elbow down.
One foul.
It's nice
For
to see
what?
that John is
Bring
just
your
not
elbow
letting
back.
him
You're
have
not
everything
listening to
he
me.
wants.
Yeah, why should
But
I
I
listen?
Bring
think
your
this is
elbow back.
affecting
A little
Devon
bit.
more than it is John. I think
Back up
John's
a little bit.
really getting into
Get
Devon's
his
head. I may be
elbow
wrong.
down. I'm coming back. Get his elbow down.
Are you guys serious?
I'm
You
dead
guys want a
serious.
match going on?
Yeah, get
Okay,
his
listen
elbow
to
down.
my
I don't
command.
think John's-
John, elbow down.
Go ahead.
Don't worry, I will get this level.
You're not.
Keep
You're not.
control
I'm
of
I'm
a
not
very,
even there
very
yet. I can't even talk.
difficult set
Elbow
of
down.
circumstances. And this first round, more nervous
down.
energy, more nervous tension
down.
than at
How
any
can
point
you give
during
me
the
a foul
match.
when he keeps doing it?
Just listen to
You're not
what
I don't
listening.
think John's going to try to.
Thumbs down.
I don't think John's going to try to cup him. I think
Not
he's gonna
cover
punch
over
his
that
hand
top
up and try to
thumb,
peel
though.
back
Shoulders
to
in.
Devon's
Both of
fingers.
you
No,
guys.
this is such
Almost
bullshit.
like Travis Bajan would pull. I don't think he's going to. I don't think he believes
Go
he
ahead.
can
I
cup
want a fair
Devon.
match.
I think
Go
he's
ahead.
going to try
Let
to
it go.
pronate through his hand and get Devon's
Go
wrist
ahead. Let it go.
compromised.
What's you not seeing right here?
I'm here. He's
to
here.
feel
No, no, no.
uncomfortable again there, John. And breaks position one
I
more
let go.
time.
You guys need to be straight.
I think we're about to get a start. I think it's about to get going.
No moving.
Thumbs are going down. Watch for Bill Collins
Close
now
your
being
hands.
closed down the hand. They're nearly ready to go. Tries to power down to the pad. Devon Larrat equal to it, and he's got the brakes on. But this is a great start for John Brzenk. Sweeps to the side, trying to collect, but now Devon Larrat starts to climb
He
and
does not-
apply that pressure up into the hand of John Brzenk, and John is tight. He's trying to contain, and he gives it up.
So bad. So bad.
That was a smart move. That was a smart move. But Devon did go full-blown King's move on him. And Devon said he wouldn't have to, and he sure did round one.
But who does the confidence barometer top out on right now? Because we go to the replay, and Devon, once he started to contain it, didn't attack, and it was John that pinned himself. He literally sacrificed it,
I can't see it.
and I hope nothing
Thing
is damaged in the arm of John Brzenk.
I got as much
See what we can
Nothing's
hear here.
damaged. Yeah, he told me he was going to do that. If he couldn't pin him in the first round, he was just going to try different angles and then let his arm get pinned.
John, a little bit of dry mouth. Just gone back to get a little bit of ice. Interesting start. 1-0. Larrat. And an opportunity wasted there to some extent for John Brzenk. And he has to go back to the drawing board. But remember, the perfect storm has been down before. This is far from over. Devon Larrat trying to get his breathing under control now, Mike, and get his head back on the game. He knows he needs to be mentally alert.
I want the
A
webbing
different angle could come.
level.
Well, here's the deal. Devon's going to do the exact same thing again for at least 2 more rounds before he puts any fatigue into John before he can showboat on him. Right now, John Brzenk had the control of the center of the table. I'm telling you, Devon's King's move has gotten much tighter. We pulled it at the Olympia a couple months back, 4 or 5 times. He was able to stop me that. Once I stepped off, came back, I was able to get some pretty good pins on him. But his King's move is very, very tight now.
Nominated strap, and again,
go, gentlemen.
Devon just putting those little mind games into the match, just firing a couple of bullets into the hand and wrist of John Brzenk. Nothing really to that. He's just trying to unsettle him and keep him off balance, keep his head out of the game, wind him up. These guys have been doing it for weeks. It's been a mental chess match. Now, if you're John Brzenk here, Mike, do you look to go deeper with the lower palm and shoot the hook? Do you try to hook him at this point?
Absolutely not. John's going to do the same thing, in my opinion, and I think because what it was is he was testing that lane. I think John still has more pressure he can apply. He might be able to pin his King's move, but if he can't do it in the first 15 seconds, you're going to see the same thing again.
Open up.
But I do not believe he's going to go try to turn him into a hook at anything at this point. That could be a round 3 option or something, but I honestly think he was testing out that lane, and he feels like, okay, Devon said he would not do a King's move round 1. I just put him in the King's move. Now let's go and see if I can't go ahead and pin this guy. That's what I feel. That's what I'm feeling. I'm not saying it's going to work.
And John's setting up a little bit more on the defensive, the B side with that arm, pushing the lower palm forward, going to try a little bit of a different angle. But already he's unhappy with the grip. A lot of issues before the start. We've seen this so many times before.
Well, Devon definitely has a height in the setup. His webbing's way higher. But I do think John's going to bunch that hand up and try to go just like he did a minute ago and try to get that hand exposed. Put Devon that King's move. You see Devon looking, he's got his shoulder committed forward, but I do not think he's going there.
No moving.
I agree entirely. John standing his hand up, looking for the height, looking to try and expose the hand and wrist. The arms are down.
Yeah, Johnny! Yeah!
And Devon Larrat declares to the room that it is over. He's laughing. And John Brzenk starts to drive to the side.
Why don't you just quit again?
Devon starts to talk to the storm. He is standing in the eye of the storm, and he laughs to the ceiling.
Dry. Gas. Out.
He had a beautiful setup right there. That was perfect. His hand was high. Yeah, that was phenomenal.
John conceding it again, but you do wonder how much of that is just John Brzenk has got so much fatigue. He had to go to the red line on that first match, and in his preparation coming in here, he's never had to go so hard. He's never pulled anybody at this level yet, and it's a very different expert left in that hand and wrist, and how many options he's got, because there really was nothing for him there. We know he's not able to shoot forward, and he's not going to win this match on height. It could be a very bad day for John, and I hope he can find a foothold here and doesn't get run over.
Yeah, that was very impressive by Devon. He had the perfect setup. I knew he was high in the setup. I felt like John was going to be able to bring him to him some. But as soon as Devon got that little bit of cup in his wrist, it was all over.
Devon Larrat saying that he wanted to make a statement. He felt like John tried to take something away from his 2008 victory, and he wanted to make a statement and show John that that was the legitimate outcome that day. Now, will we see Devon try to allow John into the match a little bit more?
I don't think we're going to see that just yet. I think he wants to keep doing what he just did. But it's possible. You never know. Devon's crazy. Devon has all the tools. He's a giant. He's 6'6". He's got levers of like a 6'8", 6'9" guy, and he's as technical, complete of arm wrestler that's ever lived.
John just
and now he's got a lot of power.
Away. He really does. There's no doubt about it. Devon looks extremely powerful. John, massive amount of support for John Brzenk. Supremely endearing character. If this guy isn't your favourite arm wrestler, it's hard to understand why not. John Brzenk has done so much for the sport of arm wrestling. He is the very, very best to ever do it. And a lot of people will be hoping that somehow, some way, the Perfect Storm can make that romantic fairy story a reality. Can he find a way back into this arm wrestling match? I've got to be honest, it's hard to envisage that happening right now, Mike.
Yeah, it's not looking good. That's the first match. I was very optimistic for John. the second match was so dominant, it makes you wonder, was Devon just playing around the first round, or did John really fatigue that much after that full-blown just going all out?
I think the red line factor has a lot to do with it, and fatigue happens at different levels, and when you go to that red line, it's very, very hard to recover, and I think John had to really drive extremely hard there, and we're seeing a lot of fatigue in there. I also think he mistimed that second hit a little. Got his direction
definitely looked
slightly
like it.
wrong. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, close your thumbs. I want no moving. I'm going to let go here. Close your hands. Go!
Oh, my word, lit up there. And Devon Larrat.
Wow.
Wow, that was an aggressive driving start. I think we're going to go to the referees, though, and see exactly what happened there. I'm not sure whether... Yes, it's given. That was a massive hit from No Limits. Devon Larrat lit John Brzenk up like Christmas. Wow.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, perfect cup, side pressure, right to left on the elbow pad. It looked amazing.
It's horrible to see, actually. I'm going to be honest. I hate seeing... sometimes it's...
Well, we're all John Brzenk.
Oh,
we're all
come
John
on.
Brzenk fans. Yeah, and I love the fact that he's back in the sport. It's great to have him. But I've said it many times, the sport has evolved in the last decade, and then you still got to figure there's guys out there like Levon and Vitali. The super heavyweight division is just different now. Not to mention Brzenk. That dude's amazing.
John gone over to the ice there. He's just applying that ice to his wrist and hand. I really hope there's no damage in the arm of John. Damage to that arm or shoulder. That was a massively aggressive hit. And it was obviously timed a little wrong again from John. And that's the issue, really, when you got a level of fatigue in the hand and wrist. You've not managed to mentally settle in the match. That any ring rust that is there becomes evident real quick. And John Brzenk doing what he always does, showing up, giving it everything he possibly has.
I'm going to be honest, I don't think there's any ring rust whatsoever with John. I just think he's ran into this new version of Devon Larrat, and it's a strong version.
Nobody knows how strong. Like yourself, Mike, nobody knows better. You faced this guy very short period of time ago, and he looked extremely strong there. He does again tonight. No Limits, Devon Larrat, the man from Ottawa, Canada. Big Island, Ontario. And he is dominating at this point in time. King of the Table 2, Dubai. Referee Bill Collins. I'm Neil Pickup. I'm here with Monster Michael Todd. A man who's held the world title in pretty much every professional promotion in the world. And I'm sure that Mike Todd is sat on the other side of this microphone thinking, let me at these guys again.
100% want redemption from May. King of the Table 1 will never happen again.
Here we go. Straps being applied. John Brzenk, greatest arm wrestler of all time, was looking for that fairy story ending. It's not looking likely right now. Hard to see a way back into this match with such a dominant version.
Thumbs down.
No Limits, Devon Larrat.
See, Devon's not even fighting the setup anymore. He's that confident.
Close it. Coming, is flop coming? Over the thumb. Do you see my knuckle? Do you see my knuckle? Do you see my thumb knuckle?
To the ref.
Do you see my thumb knuckle? For fuck's sake. It's just you can't cover my thumb knuckle. He's helping you.
I haven't even closed my hand.
He's helping.
How am I?
No, you're way over.
Listen, gentlemen, we're the same rep. You're not supposed to be moving on me. Okay, when I say close the thumbs, hold it down there.
Devon being Devon.
Yes, he is. And
It's just you're pulling me.
he's really trying to make a mental statement
The
here.
center is there.
No,
That's where
that's
the
not the
center
same.
is.
My arm is pivoted like that. Yours is like this.
It's not the center. It's not.
Thumbs down.
A lot of emotion there for Devon as
No
well.
moving.
I think he really did want this victory to be done in a
Hands.
certain way. John applying that back pressure. I think we got a little bit of a
No.
coil from Devon.
There's
He gets
Devon grabbing the strap.
for it.
Replay, we'll see that he initiates.
Right.
I'm watching it. Go here.
Brzenk was just balling up, ready to apply that back pressure there. Devon trying to match it, but in doing so, just a little coil on the wrist, and it's called for it, rightly so.
Thank you. Thumbs down, John.
Down go the thumbs. Watch now, Collins will wrap the hands. Be ready, ladies and gentlemen.
Go!
And away we go, and that's containment from No Limits Devon Larrat. John Brzenk is trying to edge backwards, but he's being talked to, and absolutely clinically kept in the centre as he goes on the offensive. John trying to edge back, squeezing, keeping tight, keeping collected, trying to maintain the hand and wrist position, but this is containment from Larrat. He's in no danger there, and he can see the energy and fatigue levels are building now. That energy draining away from John. John shoots in, but he's in a bad position there, and he's chasing the hook, trying to edge himself back in. But Larrat is in a commanding position there. The shoulders applied, and Brzenk thinks better of it. Larrat, crisp and clean. Wow.
Very impressive. Very impressive. But I mean, like you said, Devon was definitely the favorite coming in, but being a John Brzenk.
Seeing the replay there,
the winner.
just seeing the moments after John Brzenk tried to find a route through and come back onto the inside of the match, trying to get that
is going to
hook.
call it
When he
there.
did that, he'd already committed so
The
much.
winner, Devon Larrat.
I'll tell you what, a moment, a little bit off camera there, the perfect storm.
A few words from you both,
Bowing
John,
down to
Devon.
Devon Larrat, and
How do you feel, Devon?
shows you the calibre of man he is. And let's listen to Devon.
There's nothing anybody could do to do more for the sport than John Brzenk has. You know, in other sports, there's Jordan, there's Tyson. John Brzenk has 40 years at the top of the sport. I came into the sport, I watched everything that John has ever done. I read everything he's ever posted. I've watched every match he's ever done. He's the biggest hero we have. It's my honor to get to face you at 57 at the, at your comeback. Nothing has screwed me up more mentally than having to face you. Thank you so much, John.
Great sportsmanship there from Devon Larrat. I think we can all learn a lesson or two from that. John, how do you feel?
I feel great. Even though I fell short today, I'm already a winner. I felt like I was a winner just being able to be here, having the opportunity to arm wrestle Devon. So thank you, Strong Jim and Core Sports, for even putting me on that man's level. I did everything I could do to get it close, but obviously got some more work to do.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure from myself, from Core Sports. It's a pleasure to have you. Going back to you, Devon, what's next for you?
Really, I'm looking forward to going home and spending time with my family. This is the first super match that I've had in I think since 2015, where I haven't had Jody at my side. I got Mike tonight. But thanks to all my family at home watching, all my team. Go home, chill out, enjoy the holidays. But arm wrestling is a massive part of my life, and you guys are the premier organization, so any chance I get to be involved, count me in.
Could there be King of the Table 3 against Levon?
Levon is Everest in this sport. And I have a legacy hammer that is calling for him. And I have to do my very best to keep that thing in Canada, but it's a strong pull to Georgia, and that is absolutely my mission, to face Levon Saginishvili.
Do you have a message for Levon?
Levon, keep getting bigger, buddy. Keep getting bigger.
Thank you very much. Devon Larrat John Brzenk. What an evening we've had of arm wrestling tonight here live in Dubai at Strong Gym. I'm going to hand you back over to our commentary team, Michael Todd and Neil Pickup, where we're going to have an expert analysis of the evening itself.
Thank you very much, Mark and Michael. A dramatic and in many ways emotional night. And I think before we go on to this roundup, I just want to pick up what I was about to say there before we went to the athlete interviews. Just out of camera shot, the man who's the greatest arm wrestler on behalf of myself and everyone in the sport of arm wrestling to say, brother, you have no right to do that and no need to do that, because myself, Michael Todd, and everybody that's ever put their arms onto an arm wrestling table or enjoyed watching this sport should and always will bow down to you, John Brzenk, because you're the greatest ever to do it. We absolutely love you, and I'll tell you what it is. It's been an honour and a pleasure to call your matches over the years, and it was again tonight. And I don't care whether John Brzenk wins or loses, as we see these images of Gasparini and Quick Venia, he's inspired us all, and I hope it's not the last time we get a chance to commentate on the greatest of all time. Mike, some dramatic stuff tonight, mate.
Absolutely amazing. All three matches were spectacular. Had us on the edge of our seat. I love the Hermes Gennady match. Hermes had to come back. He needed that win. I hated it to see Gennady's wrist being taken like that, but you got to give all the credit to Hermes Gasparini tonight. And then Brandon Allen and Larry Wills. What a spectacular comeback for Brandon. He had a game plan. He stuck to it. I hated to see it for Larry Wills because I've spent a lot of time with him, considering him a friend. But I know he's not done. He's going to keep fighting. He'll come back. And then John Brzenk and Devon Larrat, the greatest of all time versus No Limits. Devon showed up tonight and just showed that there is a new generation of arm wrestling, and John Brzenk got to see what that's all about tonight. But you got to love the man. He's amazing. I'm always going to be a fan, and I'd still like to get on the table with him at some point. But I do want, if Devon pulls LeBron, I want the winner of that, or I'll pull either one of them whenever. Exciting times. I love this sport. Thanks for having me. It's been amazing.
Michael Todd, some closing comments. We saw impressive victories tonight, none more so than that from Devon Larrat. And it sets up that dream match potential with Lamar Saganashvili at King of the Table 3. Will we see it? The stage is set. I'm sure a date will be set. Ladies and gentlemen, this was King of the Table 2 from Dubai. We hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you to Personal Record, to Boohoo Man. We are underway next.